Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. I am here. The day can go on. It's a beautiful looking Saturday morning here in the mid-Michigan area. And for those of you that follow our socials, i.e. Facebook, a little bit of Twitter, we closed down a little bit early yesterday, and I'll explain why here coming up in a couple of minutes. But it has been a busy couple of days, and now we're heading into a busy couple of months here at the store between our big event tomorrow, the Jelly Roll listening event, and Record Store Day, Black Friday. Things are going to keep us on our toes for the foreseeable future. So stick around. Lots of stuff to talk about this morning. And we're going to kick that off, as always, with our good mornings. We see a few folks out there joining us, as always. Very thankful. I think we're coming through okay, hopefully. I've got a new system and a new setup. I'm still working on the audio, but if you followed the podcast, we've been having some technical difficulties, and it tracks back to my computer. So we're getting that fixed. Anyhow, good morning to Betty from Toledo. We did enjoy the concert. Always let the cat out of the bag. Jennifer, good morning to you, as well as Fred on the west side, Grand Rapids side. Good morning. Gary Doogie saying good morning to you and yours, and Mike also from a little south of us. Happy October, happy Rocktober. Holy cow, we're going to talk about that too. So much going on there. Pat, good brisk. It is a little brisk, or as I like to say it, shorts weather. I've got a second shirt on. Does that count? But I'm still wearing shorts today. No, it didn't get too chilly. I think it did in some respects, but there was a lot of people where we were last night that were feeling no pain and probably no chill whatsoever. Paul, good morning. It is a nice day, and it'll warm up a little bit, so we're gonna have fun with that. Okay, so yeah, yesterday we closed the store at 4 o'clock, a couple of hours early, because Kim and I went down to the Billy Strings concert at Pine Knob. It's been a while since I've been to Pine Knob. I think the last time we went was whenever the Bob Seger was 18 or 19, the Bob Seger farewell tour. We saw a show down there for that. And, I've been going to Pine Knob for the better part of my life. And so no stranger down there. I was trying to recall yesterday while we were sitting in there waiting for things to go, all the concerts we've seen there. And I go back to the early 80s, if not probably early 80s at Pine Knob. So it was fun. Billy Strings, I'm becoming a big fan. If you watch the podcast, we talk a little bit about that. His new album, Highway Prayers, is something that I just absolutely adore. I think that this is a great album. And we talked about seeing Billy Strings live if we ever had the opportunity. We knew that he was coming up at Pine Knob, but with so much stuff going on, we thought maybe we probably couldn't do it. But then that's how this goes. A friend of ours here from the store, Jordan, you know who you are. Thank you very much. Called. Now he sent a message saying that he had a couple of extra tickets and would we be interested in that? And we said, heck yeah. So we made it work. Closed the store down a little bit early and made our way down there. So big thanks to Jordan and his wife Pam for inviting us down and just letting us be a part of that. It was a great show. It was cool. It's different because I've never seen a jam band before, that type of jam band. So when he kicks into Tinfoil and Turmoil and it lasts for 20 some odd minutes, then you're in for a jam band extraordinaire there. So it was a lot of fun. Pat asked if it got chilly. It did a little bit, but I'm still thinking I'm going to have to. There were some people feeling no pain. The legalization, a lot different from my younger days at Pine Knob, where everybody had to kind of sneak it around. It was just there. It is. Everybody go for it. Ryan saying hey this morning, and Billy String. It was very awesome. Thank you much, Pat. His first show at Pine Knob was Fleetwood Mac and the Rumor Story. Dating herself there, Pat. I'm trying to think. I want to say Rush may have been one of my first shows there, but it wasn't because in the early 80s, Rush was doing Joe Louis and Kobo, and I saw them down there. It's going to sound odd, but I think at one point I was scheduled to see Air Supply with a former girlfriend at Pine Knob, but I think that show got canceled. One of the first ones probably ended up being Huey Lewis and the News down there at some point in time. So anyway, fun stuff, all the same there. Dan, good morning to you as well. So yeah, Billy Strings We'll talk about this more in the podcast. I got a few more thoughts on the show that we'll call up. Steve and I will talk about that in the podcast tomorrow. In the meantime, I still have a couple of Billy Strings, Highway Prayers, fantastic album. My pick for a Grammy this year. I know that the next time around, I know they're going to do it. And speaking of that, while we're doing, I still do have Billy Strings Live, Volume 1, which we saw live stuff there. So we got that. And Home, which is a great album in and of itself. And I think that Highway Prayers gives Home a good run for its money. So, okay, onward we go. Let's see here. Jimmy Buffett, Ryan. Oh, cool. We saw Jimmy Buffett too, but I'm trying to think of where that. I think I saw Buffett at. Kim and I saw Jimmy Buffett at the Silver Dome. I'm dating myself even more there. I think that goes back to then. I don't think that was Pine Knob. Okay, big stuff. Record Store Day, Black Friday. I'll get to that in just a second or two. But I want to touch on the big event here at the store tomorrow, and that is the listening party for Jelly Roll. His brand new album, Beautifully Broken, releases a week from yesterday. So this coming Friday, that album will release. We'll have plenty of copies here at the store, but as is the case with a lot of the newer artists and new releases, they're scheduling, they being the powers that be, I think Record Store Day is involved in on this a little bit too, organize what are called listening parties at various independent record stores around the country. And so we signed up for this one and we're granted access to it because not everybody gets it. We are one of 5 stores. Let me put it on this side, 5 stores in the state of Michigan to host a listening party. I think there's one down in Lansing, points northward. I think there's one as well down there and a couple in Detroit, but we are it for the mid-Michigan area. So now what is a listening party, you might ask? Well, it's exactly what it sounds like. We are going to play the entirety of Beautifully Broken, the upcoming album by Jelly Roll. That'll be played in store tomorrow, Sunday, the 6th of October, beginning at 1 p.m., 1 in the afternoon. We've got an advanced copy of the album. Sadly, it's not on vinyl. Again, I'll talk about that on the podcast tomorrow. I got a few thoughts on how they served this up to us and what I had to go through. Spoiler alert, it's amusing. Anyhow, we're going to play the album in its entirety. And then to couple that, we have got some great giveaways to go along with that. So the folks at Record Store Day and the label sent us a few things to give away tomorrow for the Jelly Roll listening party. And again, excuse me, that begins tomorrow. So everybody that shows up tomorrow at 1 o'clock is going to get a Jelly Roll listening party poster. We've got a bunch of these suckers. So we'll hand these out to anybody that comes in, whether you walk in and say, oh, Jelly Roll, what? We're going to make you take one. So, but no, plenty of copies of the Jelly Roll poster to go around. They also sent us, and let me hold this up. This is a Jelly Roll air freshener. All right. So we've got these, a fewer of them than the posters. So the posters should last, but the Jelly Roll air fresheners will be while supplies last. Now, you folks who know me know that at times I can be kind of a simple guy. So I opened up one of these air fresheners. I don't know what I was expecting. I thought maybe, just maybe, it would smell, I don't know, like a jelly donut. It does not. I can't place the smell on this. I got to say, I'm not fond of it, whatever it is. But we opened one up. Oh, man. Okay. So if you like the smell of Jelly Roll and it's not a jelly donut, which I was kind of expecting and quite frankly hoping, I don't know what I was thinking. We do have Jelly Roll air fresheners while supplies last. You guys can enjoy that smell of Jelly Roll. Now, on top of that, we've got a couple of other drawing giveaways. So everybody that's here at the store tomorrow, you can toss your name in a hat. Well, not a hat, a box to win a hat. How's that sound? So we have got one Jelly Roll. It's one of these snapback hats, brand spanking new. It says Beautifully Broken on it. And we are going to take a drawing. This is the grand prize, if you will. But what I'm going to do is say your name will be drawn. If your name is drawn, you get your choice. So the first name drawn gets their choice of a Jelly Roll Beautifully Broken hat, or, and I have to hold this up, they sent us a promo poster. How's this? If I back it up, this is a huge foam board poster for Beautifully Broken, and we were using that as a promo in the store. So we're going to tag that on as a grand prize. So first name drawn tomorrow when the album is done, we're done listening to it, gets your choice of the Jelly Roll hat or the beautifully broken poster. Let me see if I can get a good thumbnail out of this. How's that? So cool stuff. And also on one more thing on there too, and I do have that in the background rather. You can see that we've got another Jelly Roll promotional item. That is what's called a floor sticker. I didn't stick it on the floor because quite frankly, they're kind of a pain in the butt. So I tacked it up there so you guys can see it. We'll give that away also. So lots of good stuff happening tomorrow with the Jelly Roll listening party. Again, that gets underway right at 1 p.m. here at the store, Sunday, October 6th. If you want to hear the whole Jelly Roll album, you want to get the free air freshener. What did I do with the air freshener? If you want to get a free air freshener while supplies last, and a free poster, which hopefully we've got tons of them, so you can get out on that as well. Stop on by the store tomorrow, Sunday, October 6th, beginning at 1 p.m. and listen to Jelly Roll. Whew. How is that for a lot of stuff going on? Very quickly now, the new releases. Rocktober is in full swing. We are out of a few releases, but I'm getting more next week. For those of you who are waiting on that audiophile Blacks, and it is an audiophile, I did see that for sure, and Ryan, you confirmed that. The audiophile Black Sabbath, more copies on the way next week. For those of you that reserved it, we'll have them. We will also have some restocks of the Deep Purple and a few other ones that you guys were asking for. But in the interim, I should probably just close that. Hold on. We've got a copy of the Bush Golden State left. Speaking of Fleetwood Mac, we've got a copy of Heroes Are Hard to Find. Rocktober. This one's got splatter clear vinyl. This one's translucent gold. They do some cool stuff. On the Mac side, we've got Stevie Nicks, In Your Dreams on forest green vinyl double LP. And that, I think, is pretty much it on the Rocktober stuff left for today and tomorrow. We did get hit pretty hard, but I've got more stuff coming next week. Something from the Rocktober list that you're looking for, let me know, and I will see if we can get her in for you next week. Other new releases from yesterday, actually, the only one that we've got left is a reissue of 13th Floor Elevators. This is a mono mix, half-speed master, so it should sound excellent of their psychedelic sounds of. Recent, speaking of the good new bluegrass stuff, got one copy in on the gold vinyl, Passage de Desire from Sturgill Simpson, aka Johnny Blue Skies, aka Sturgill Simpson. And this we had in the drop a while back, and it went fairly quickly as a used vinyl or vintage one. And a lot of folks were asking about it, so I found a few more. This is the only one that's left in the Austin Powers soundtrack single LP. This is a Record Store Day version of that, so lots of cool stuff on there. And I've got one copy of this left. I don't know how my distributor found it, but they did. And the only other thing of note is this various artists, various prog artists, superstars, recreating The Wall from Pink Floyd in its entirety. It's called Back Against the Wall. You've got the likes on here of Steve Howe, Chris Squire from Yes, Ian Anderson, Glenn Hughes, Adrian Belew, Robbie Krieger, Alan White, Steve Morris, Billy Sherrill, a whole host. Dweezil Zapp is on here. I've got a copy of this open in my personal. It's a cool album. This one on silver vinyl from 2015. Okay, I got a cruise here, folks. We're moving really quickly. Very quickly, the Record Store Day Black Friday list has been released. If you haven't had a chance, head over to the Record Store Day website, and from there you can click on the Black Friday list, depending on how you want to look at it, and you can just begin scrolling through that. Now, very quickly, I want to mention that Steve and I will talk about this list in depth on the podcast, Two Guys Talking About Records, tomorrow. Sunday, we'll upload that. We're going to have an in-depth discussion on the list, and we'll start talking about that. When you get a chance to go through the list, as we have been doing for the past couple of Record Store Days, we have sent out a Google Doc form for you guys to put your wish list in, some rules and requests on there to keep in mind. Make sure you follow that. We'll talk about this in the weeks to come as well, but the deadline for ordering this is coming up in about a week. So you have time. It's a week from Monday for our orders to get in. Now, the wish list doesn't mean that you're pre-ordering it. It means you're asking us to order it and hoping that we get it, and then deciding on your part whether or not you want to stand in line on a chilly November morning here in mid-Michigan to get a hold of it. But the wish list link was posted up on our Facebook page. If you wish me to send you one via email or message, contact me here at the store and we'll send it out to you. But again, the wish list does not mean you're going to get it. It just means that we are going to request it on your behalf. and then the rest is up to you if we get those copies. Again, I'll explain that as we get a lot closer, but I wanted to get that out there for you guys to remember. Okay, let's see here. Let's see. Jim, no, I don't think. I think they actually had a tent set up in their tent city. Now I don't know for certain. They did have a grilled cheese tent set up. I think that thing went over really well at the end of the concert. Folks, oh man, I can really go for a grilled cheese right now, man. Lo and behold, there's a grilled cheese tent. Gary at the Jelly Roll air freshener. All right, folks, I have had enough fun here today. It's 10 o'clock. I have got to get the store opened up, the turntable spinning, and things moving here at the store. Do not forget the Jelly Roll listening party happening tomorrow, Sunday, the 6th of October, beginning at 1 p.m. Lots of cool giveaways. Yeah, and the hat. The hat will be the good one. I don't know if I could put that on my finely coiffured hair here at the moment, but the posters, lots of cool stuff to give away tomorrow. Stop on by the store and see us. But if you want to today, you can come on by. We're open from now until 6 p.m., 716 George Street, just north of downtown Midland. Tomorrow, 12 noon. That's Sunday, 12 noon. We open up until 4 p.m. and the listening party for Jelly Roll starts at 1 p.m. tomorrow. Other than that, I'm a little tired for some reason. Go figure. Anyway, you folks have a great week. I hope to see you today or tomorrow here at the store. And until next week, when we've got a lot more happening, we will update you guys on the Record Store Day as needed throughout. So have a great weekend. Have fun. And we will talk to you next time from Radio Wasteland Records. Thanks again for being here. You guys.